morning, and what a lovely day heading out for a bike ride. So following yesterday's 20 miles, I'm quite grateful that there's not a run on the plan today. So bike it is. It's a 45-minute session on the plan. However, the map that I've looped out I got wrong a couple of weeks ago, and I think it's going to take me around an hour. So I'm really looking forward to this because it seems mild, sun is shining, and a good way to spin the legs. My right ankle's feeling a bit sore this morning, so yeah, the run, definitely not doing the run is hopefully going to help. I'm ready to go. I've just seen my neighbour. He's only just come back from a bike ride, and it sounds like it's like literally a similar route to what I've just done. Just loaded it to my watch. It's 11 miles, so I'm hoping that it won't actually take me too long at all. Might actually be closer to 45 minutes than the hour. Yeah, off I go. These are the views that you get when cycling out on the country roads. Have you come to greet me? Oh, just want a belly rub. Back from the ride, and that was glorious. Absolutely loved that today. The sun was shining. I just was really enjoying it. I did take my Aftershokz headphones out with me, but they're bone conduction, so they just sit. You'll probably see that I wear them a lot, but it just means that you can hear external noises. So I had them really, really low, so that I had just some music on in the background and that I could then hear the traffic around me. A bit of a user error with the watch. I used a course on my Garmin. So basically, like, I'd mapped out the route. I thought I'd hit start course, but it hadn't started. And at the start, I thought that's fine, because where I'd mapped out the route, I had to ride to get there to start it, because it doesn't really make sense. But when I was plotting it on Garmin, there's a new road, and Garmin doesn't recognise this road yet. So I just started the course past this road. And about 2 miles in, I was like, my watch, I kind of knew the start. And I was like, well, my watch hasn't beeped at me yet. So I stopped the ride, got the course back up. But because I didn't start where the start point was, it didn't actually take me through the course. It had it as a map. So I kind of just had to ride and guess where I was going based on the big map that I was following. It had an arrow and stuff, but it just wasn't the same as actually following a course. So user error on my part in the watch, but just done 14 miles, just under an hour, so 15 miles an hour speed. Not very quick at all on the bike, but I just really enjoyed that today, and it felt really good to get the legs turning. There's a couple of challenging hills, so, you know, get the gear down really low and just keep grinding up the hills. And yeah, what a great start to the week. The ankle, I felt fine throughout. It's still just a little bit stiff this morning, so just going to try and do some mobility exercises maybe later, or just get it moving a little bit, maybe ice it if I need to. And then we've got a full body session tonight in the running hub. So today now is just about cracking on with work. We've got a busy day. Mondays is always catching up with clients, editing last week's video, belly's rumbling. Oh, time for breakfast, I think. Some podcast bits, just planning for the upcoming episodes, and a couple of admin bits, but just mainly sort of prepping stuff for the Running Hub podcast and the platform. Just making sure the members get the best that they can to help them become stronger, fitter, faster runners. So yeah, I'm feeling good today. Let's go have a fabulous Monday. Now, I was going to wait until I got ready, but I have not eaten this morning. I'm absolutely starving. So I'm going to make myself a shake with the cookies and cream recovery, Port Recovery performance recovery drink. So if I was to use 100 grams of this, there is 22 grams of protein and 66 grams of carbohydrates. So that's going to be a good way to get the protein and also the carbohydrates that I need following my ride this morning. It's Tuesday, so guess where I am? Willow Lake. No session today. It's a 60 minutes easy run session on Thursday, and if I'm being honest, I'm quite glad today there is no intervals. Yesterday's bike did help. However, woke up with sort of like a sore quad, and it was kind of restricting my movement yesterday, but as I've got into the run, it's loosening up, which is good. So yeah, just enjoying the miles, soaking them all in. Good morning, it's Wednesday and half an hour on the plan today. So I'm doubling up in the sense that I'm running to the shops to post a couple of vest orders and then running back home again. It might be about half an hour, might be a bit longer, but it's just an easy recovery run today, even though I didn't do a session. But I've got a session tomorrow, so yeah, super easy. And then let's go post these vests. Thursday and we're here at Woollen Lake. As always, it's interval time. This session I quite like. Well, I hope I'm going to like it today. It's 3 by 2 miles at half marathon pace. Well, around half marathon pace, I think. So my target is 14 minutes per rep. So target half marathon pace is about 6:50. So it's just a bit slower than half marathon pace. So I'm going to do a warm up, do the main part of the session, cool down, and James has accompanied me on the bike today, which is good because we're actually filming a video about how to do intervals, which will be out in a few days' time. So look out for that one.
Okay, so Kate's about to start her session now, she's just jogging in and off she goes.
Where are we, James?
Famous Woollen.
It's Saturday morning. I can't even say that. And Saturday, I've got tempo. James has got easy. So he's just joining me on my warm up. Right. So warm up drills are done. 5 miles. 5 miles tempo on the plan today. Plan says just to nip under 7-minute miles if I can. Similar pace to what I did on Thursday's session, so it will be interesting. So I've given myself a bit of an advantage and I've popped on the Alpha Fly today. Just thought, well, why not give myself all the advantages that I can. Like, I feel like I'm getting fitter, but I still don't feel like I'm like sharp yet. I feel like probably this year has been because there's been lack of races, that lack of like competition, and yeah, I just don't feel like that's sharp enough yet. But hopefully things are getting better. Races are on the horizon, although saying that, my marathon is my first race, I think. But anyway, let's go have some fun. I did it. Now, that was really hard today, and I'm sure lots of other runners can relate to what goes on in your mind when you're running. So mile 1, I felt fantastic. I was like, woohoo, feeling great. I was like, the shoes are helping me. 6:50 first mile. Mile 2, I was like, oh, this is one of those runs where you just know it's gonna work out okay. And then towards the end of mile 2, I ran into the headwind for about a third of a mile. So then I was like, oh, maybe I'll just do 4 miles. And then change the route on mile 3 to try and shelter from the wind. And I was like, right, no, okay, you're doing all right. Went past a couple of people that I know to pick me back up. Then I get into mile 4 and I was like, look, if I can do mile 4, I can do mile 5. But literally, you go insane, don't you? And then mile 4, and I was like, right, it's just a mile. You can stop at 4.5 if it's too much. But then I was like, half a mile in, I was like, there's only 3.5 minutes left. You can do 3.5 minutes, that's only one song. And then, yeah, the thoughts that go through your brain when you're running. But I've done it, 5 miles, average pace of 6:55, super happy. Legs felt pretty knackered today, but the Alpha Flies, oh, they're just on a different level. They helped me so much today, I feel like, because I did a HIIT session yesterday in the hub and it was brutal. So I feel like that's what's giving me the heavy legs today. And as well, I tried not to, I've got another 20 miler tomorrow, and I thought, don't let that sink into your brain because you'll just try and hold back today. But yeah, really happy that that's done, but still not feeling like, I know James always says to me, I'm like, oh, that's meant to be my half marathon pace and that feels so hard, and he was like, yeah, but think of the taper and stuff like that. And try to, like, if you can do 5 miles and in a race setting it's different, but I still don't feel like I'm sub 90 yet. I feel like it's to come in the summer. And also when I do 90 again, the first time I did it, I paced it horrendously. I went off too quick. I held on for dear life, and at the end I literally fell over. So when I do sub 90 again, I kind of want to be in the shape where possibly like could be a 128, but just do it comfortably. Like, not comfortably because obviously like you have to race, but oh my god, I'm just waffling so much here. But anyway, the focus, like, we're doing marathon training, but this is just part of it. Right, now Saturday tradition is to go and get a coffee from the coffee shop. I normally see some friendly faces there from the club. So many people out today, that's what I love running around this late for. So yeah, let's get back to the car, cool down, coffee. So there we have it, a roundup of week 4. So at the start of the week was just feeling the effects from the 20 miler on the Sunday. I had a bit of a tight sort of, I mentioned ankle. Towards the end of Monday it was feeling in my quad, and then after doing some stretching I realised it was my hip flexor. Everything was fine again by Wednesday, and then by Thursday it was a distant memory. So that then led us on to the 3x2 miles. I didn't really get any footage because we did capture a lot, but because we're putting together a how to do intervals session for a separate video, so I'll leave that out. But in terms of the actual session, it went quite well. James accompanied me on the bike, which was great because it was fairly windy, so he did kind of at some points try to shelter me from the wind. I was fairly happy with the pace. I had to try and get each 2 mile block under 14 minutes, so just under 7-minute miles, and all of the miles were anywhere between sort of like I think 6:56 and 6:59, which was good considering the wind. Friday did like I said, did a HIIT session, and I don't know why, I just had like, it was tough, but I just had lots of energy and I gave it full blast. Sometimes on Friday I try and hold back, but I didn't on Friday, which meant Saturday's run was quite hard. Again, wind. And then on Sunday I didn't really get much footage of Sunday's long runs. It's one of those ones where the clocks had moved forward, and just by we've been sleeping really well over the last few weeks, like going to bed really early, and I don't know why, but it just felt like that hour really robbed me. I felt quite tired on Sunday morning. Arrived to meet Naomi, she had plotted a route, and we both sort of looked at each other and like, not really feeling this today. But we set off with our hydration packs, as always, going for a little explore around Milton Keynes. She'd plotted the route, which meant that we were going to visit different lakes around Milton Keynes. So it was a big old circle, and we took pictures along the way. We weren't very chatty, sort of about after halfway, and I just said to her, like, we chatted fairly, but I just said, oh, I'm really sorry, but I'm not that talkative. We did chat, but just not as much as what we normally would. You can't normally stop us chatting away, but it was just one of those ones where we kept both checking in with how each other was. We kept ticking the miles off one by one, and then as we were getting closer, now as we hit mile 15, we were like, oh, that's 3/4, we've done 3 laps, only 1 lap to go. And then, you know, at 17 miles, just a park run to go and things like that. And we saw a few people along the way out on their Sunday runs too, so that's always gives you a nice little boost when you see other people, to encourage them as well. And we finished off at Caldicott, and there's a coffee van called Awesome Coffee or something like that, and they were there at Caldicott. As a lot of people go walking around the lake on the Sunday, and it was perfect. A nice end to the run. We had a nice coffee together, and then we carried on chatting by our cars after that. So all in all, a pretty good week. Almost 48 miles, I think 47.7 or 47.8 miles for the week. So been over 40 miles for quite a fair few weeks now, which is good. I am noticing the mileage though that it's creeping up, like quite a few. At the start of the year, I was like really being able to nail the sessions because the mileage was low, but now as we're starting to increase the mileage, finding the sessions are a lot harder as well. But you know, that's that balancing act of marathon training But I'm really excited for what's to come in the next few weeks, because restrictions are starting to ease, and there's things going on, which means I can film more stuff. Basically, I just feel like it's been a lot of just me. Here I go for my run. This is this run. This is that run. But hopefully can show you some things that are a bit more exciting and eventful than what's just been me for the last few weeks. So yeah, there we go, week 4. Very happy with the week and how it's gone. Nothing sort of like is standing out to me that's been like, yeah, solid, but just another solid week banked, I guess, which is good. So thank you as always for watching. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and see you all next week for, gosh, week 5.